Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Today I'm once again answering some of your questions, such as, has Cartier been caught cost-cutting? And what do I think about the Tudor Black Bay 58 getting discontinued? All that and more in today's episode. Now, of course, before we get started, customary wristwatch check. Today I'm wearing my H. Moser Endeavor Perpetual Moon with the Aventurine dial. My favorite watch in my collection. Don't wear it too often. I save it for special occasions, but sometimes life is a special occasion, and I'm wearing that today. And also, guys, don't forget to check out DelrayWatch.com. We just got an Omega Seamaster No Time to Die 007 edition. Cheapest one on the market as far as I can tell. Full box, full papers. A very special Grand Seiko 60th anniversary edition with their new super high-end movement. Absolutely go take a look on our website. At the very least, take a look at the movement shot. That thing is gorgeous. And a quite rare Ming GMT from the early days of Ming. All that and more at DelrayWatch.com, the coolest place for a watch geek to buy a watch, if I do say so myself. Now, guys, these questions were asked on my Instagram account at Federico Talks Watches. If you follow me there, you'll see a Q&A picture pop up a couple times a month. You can ask your question there. Please do not DM me. I do not check them. These are your questions here, and in no particular order, I will proceed to answer a few of them. If you see me looking down, I'm not trying to be rude. I am just reading them out. Nushi said, "Hey Fed, would you pick up for your 40th birthday a GP Laureato Chrono or a Piaget Chrono Flyback, the one you own?" Well, Nushi, it's an interesting question. I love both watches. I'll say the Girard Perregaux is a lot easier to wear. It's more versatile. The Piaget is larger. It's sportier. The look is more polarizing. The Piaget has a much higher end movement, in my humble opinion. Well, actually, no, it's pretty much a fact, but definitely still my opinion. I'd say the Laureato is an easier watch to wear. I'd probably pick that one up if your collection is small, but if you've got your kind of dressy sport watch covered, then go with the Piaget Chrono Flyback, one of the great watches that is massively slept on in today's market. My good friend Joan Veliz, Cartier, as a brand I know you love, made a decision to release most of its new watches in quartz, with only a few exceptions. This is obviously a cost-cutting exercise. Do you think this trend will continue for Cartier? Well, Joan, it's an interesting thing you say. I don't quite see it as cost-cutting, and let me explain why. Cartier is one of the few brands that predominantly sells to women. In fact, the luxury watch market is almost 90% men's watches, and even ladies wear men's watches. Cartier is one of the few brands, maybe along with Chopard, that sells to a ton of ladies, more ladies than men probably. And it is a fact, I don't have scientific data to prove it, but having worked retail many times, it is a fact women much prefer quartz. They're not mechanical geeks like us. The amount of times I've sold a man a mechanical ladies' watch and told him it was a bad idea, and that he tried to return it after his wife got it and said, "I don't want to wind this thing," is amazing. To the point where we had to put a sign, like, no returns on ladies' mechanical watches. Women love quartz. Set it and forget it. It's a piece of jewelry for them. And while men tend to prefer mechanical, a lot of men that buy Cartier also see it as a beautiful piece of design and jewelry. Now, would I like to see more mechanical pieces from Cartier? Yes. Have they released a few? Yes. Is it cheaper to produce in quartz? Yes. But they're also sold for a little bit less. I'm sure that proportion is not perfect. However, I will tell you, quartz does very well for Cartier. So I see it less as cost-cutting and more as pandering to their audience. 10X Sean, another good friend of the channel. Fed, what is the one thing you love about your 911 and the one thing you dislike? Any plans to do a review video on her? I'd love to see that. All the best, brother. Thanks so much, Sean. I do plan, actually, if you want to see a review of my 911 Targa GTS, let me know in the comment section below. I generally always talk about watches, but I've reviewed a couple of my cars in the past. If you guys want to see it, great. If not, you know what, we'll skip it. But the one thing I love, and this is a cop-out, is just the way it drives. It's massively fast. It's massively easy to drive. You can push it to the limit without getting yourself too much in trouble. It's a car that makes you feel like a better driver than you are. And Porsche engineering, German engineering, absolutely love it. The one thing that I hate, the exhaust note. The damn thing sounds like a vacuum cleaner. Above 3,500 RPM, all you hear is turbo and wastegate sound. That flat six will never compare to a V8 or the V8 I even had in my Ferrari California. Is this a better car than the California? Yes, but it sounds like a fancy German vacuum cleaner. Ben X Watches. What's one discontinued watch you wish would make a comeback? Easy. I'll skip the discontinued watch and I'll just go with discontinued brand that's no longer in business. Alan Silberstein. Love the whimsical designs. Love the colors. It's an era of watch. You know, I see one and it reminds me of the 90s, an era that I wasn't really into watchmaking. I was a little too young, but I remember it fondly, at least studying it fondly. I love Alan Silberstein. G Macho 52. Hey Fed, love the channel and all the great content. Keep it up. Thank you. My question is, what is the best entry-level world timer that you would recommend? This one is easy. World timers are not super inexpensive, but I think the Nomos Tangente GMT, not really a true world timer, but with similar functionality. Absolutely love it. In-house movement, Bauhaus design, Cordovan strap, which is actually much tougher than regular leather, and genuinely a very high-end watch for the money. Then last but not least, Canahuati Diego. Thoughts on the Tudor Black Bay 58 being discontinued in the near future? I haven't heard anything of the sort. I don't think it'll be discontinued. I think they sell it very well. They just released new iterations with the blue dial. Not just, but it's not exactly a long time in the past. Why would they discontinue it? I don't know. I think it's a size people love. It sells very well. Tudor and Rolex are not really quickly to discontinue families. While I have no proof to say that they won't be discontinued, there's also no proof to say it will be discontinued. And I'd bet money on the fact that being discontinued in the near future is just people on the forums that are bored and talking. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. I'm wrong quite often. Not so sure about this one, though. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Please drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Really does help. Please don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any more content. And of course, I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.